Hey people of YouTube, thank you for joining us today. This is Nate and Carl and Joe do a walkthrough. We are Paradise RV. I'm Nate, Carl's behind the camera, and Joe the Sales King is right there. Today we're going over a great new product for us. It is a 2023 Coachmen Clipper 17CVH. Yeah, it's a great little compact travel trailer under 3,000 pounds, so your Subaru can tow it. Tune in, stay tuned in, and we'll go over the features. Welcome back. We took 3 steps to the left. My left, your right. I don't know. It's all. Anyway, let's start in the front. As it goes, super light, compact, easy to use. You got your propane tank up here. You got your tray for your batteries. Can fit 2 batteries in here easily.
Nice.
It does have the converter in it that will either pick an auto converter, so it'll pick up lead, acid, or the lithiums, so it's easily converted to lithiums. If you do use the lithiums, I recommend putting them in the storage cargo. Keep them nice and safe and a little more climate controlled. Also, you got the lightweight tongue jack up here in the front. It's a little more work, but it does save about 10 pounds or so, 10 to 20 pounds. I can't remember. It saves you some weight, which also makes it easier to tow, and you know, you can tow it with your car. Up here in the front is that pass-through cargo storage. So you got plenty of storage. You can put your camping chairs, camping mats, your hitch, your tow hitch.
You can have me too.
Yeah, Joe could probably fit in there. Maybe
well,
not.
Let's not try.
Okay.
But
Carl could fit in there.
Oh, yeah, I could fit in there.
Yeah. Cool. It also has a place for your suitcase solar panels. So if you wanted to get some extra charge from boondocking, you can catch some of those extra rays.
So question for you about that.
Yeah.
A lot of people want to go with the solar panels.
Yeah.
And it's ironic because 95% of the units we have this already.
Yeah.
So why not just buy yourself a suitcase panel, huh?
It is much easier. The ones on the top, I understand. So the suitcase is going to be easier to install and the cheaper way to go. The roof ones will give more sustaining, continuous flow. It's on there all the time, so it's constantly dumping in. This is only like when you're actually parked somewhere, which is still kind of nice. I mean, because when it's continuously going and you're towing it, your 12 pins charging your batteries anyway.
Gotcha.
So it's 6 of 1. I mean, this one is just less work.
Gotcha.
It's more work initial up front, and it's a little more cost initial up front, but it saves you back over time. So you don't have to store it somewhere in case you have limited storage, etc. So
saves you space and time.
Yeah, so the roof ones save you space and time. This one saves you a little coin up front. Because you can get a nice suitcase solar panel kit for like 200 bucks or so. To get a full solar hookup install is around $1,500 to $2,000. A base price, it could go up to pretty high depending on how far you wanted to go with all your solar panels and your setup and all that stuff. So,
gotcha. Did you know he was this smart?
Yeah, I work with them all the time.
All right. Yeah, that's a good question, Mr. Carl.
Yeah.
Now we know.
Yeah, now you know.
I didn't know that.
So, well, thank you.
Yeah.
What's cool about these little cadets is they are certified green. So I think this is going to start becoming more of an industry standard on these travel trailers. We first saw it in the Lance. They were a high-end luxury brand. This is, you know, your entry-level brand. But it's cool that we're seeing more of that. Hopefully that kind of continues. Moving down, it is on the single axle, but that's all you need for a camper this small. You also have your outdoor outlets, so if you wanted to place a TV out here, or if you have like a little family grill type thing that you wanted to cook breakfast on, or you know, plug in whenever you need to, charge your phone, etc., etc. It's there. Right here you got your leash link, which for the little pups, and you know, see people even, and I've seen even cats on there before.
It always trips me out when people bring their cats for a walk.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's kind of funny. So you got your crank down back stabilizers. What do we got going on? My wife is calling.
Joe's got it.
I'll call you in a second. That was Deborah. Deborah was calling. So there might have been a one talk call. Anyway, I have it on Do Not Disturb, but I have her set up as favorites, so it goes right past Do Not Disturb. You got to do it for your marriage, you know. And she's a lovely woman. All right, so you got your spare tire right here. You got your 6-gallon water heater, DSI. On this side, you got your dump station. Standard on pretty much every travel trailer, motorhome, everything. You're going to find all of your hookups on the driver's side. And that's the way the campsites are set up anyway, is to have all of your hookups on the driver's side. So you got your 30 amp, your dump station, you can cable satellites. The vents you can find anywhere. These aren't, you know, stationary to one side or the other. But this is your furnace vent, and then you got your water connections over here. So you got your potable. I'll try to post the specs for how big this is. Typically about 20 gallons. Anywhere from 20 to 40 gallons is pretty standard. And then you got your direct line in for your city water. So the end location is the same for both of those, but it is plumbed different. So you have a backup water storage in case you don't have water connections, or if you're at a campsite, you got your water right there. And then, yeah, this is where Joe was kind of peeking his head in, but you can see the more pass-through storage. So it does give you tons of extra storage in this little guy, which is good. You always need it for camping, especially being a bunkhouse. So if you have kiddos, you know, more often than not, it's the families who buy this one.
And this is definitely a fun one for families that want a small camper.
It is, yeah. You don't have to upgrade your vehicle or anything. I mean, you could take your mid-size car, or definitely any SUV can pull this. Most minivans can pull this. So yeah, you're not limited. You don't have to, you know, go spend $60,000 on a new truck to tow one of these things, and you can still have all the conveniences of camping.
And also, this is a really well-built unit for an entry level too.
It really is. I actually did the PDI inspection on this when it arrived from the factory, and I didn't find anything wrong. Well, there's a little switch. It's just not sitting completely flush. Other than
look at that.
Yeah. Other than that, I didn't really find anything. So we do have a new switch ordered, switch mounting bracket ordered, so it'll sit flush. But yeah, furnace, everything worked great. So on to some of the interior features. I love how they're kind of going a little modern in their design. For forever, it kind of felt like, let's get out of the 80s, people. Let's get out of the 90s, people. And they finally did. I think 2020 was kind of the turning point for that. So we were updating it. This dinette can fold into a bed, which is great. You got your master in the back that has that little shelf, and there's a bookshelf down there for you too, for your reading materials, or, you know, whatever you want to store down there. You got the shelf up here too. You could put decor or just, you know, store things. Your USB charger, your outlets, all very convenient. There is tons of storage under here too. So there we go. So you can access the under storage here. So you can put not only your outdoor camping gear, but you can put your shoes and different items down here. So just plenty of options. You got a nice little kitchen sink. You got a 2-burner stove. This one doesn't come with a microwave, which we really don't microwave a whole lot when we go out, but I understand that some people do. You can get a microwave here. You can either order one specifically from us, or you can just hop on Amazon and measure it out and get one for like 50-60 bucks. Just make sure it's secure. That's all. So it doesn't come flying out when you're traveling. But yeah, you got your bunks here. It does have the Teddy Bear Bunk series. This has plastic on it, but these are very soft. As I was saying in my one video, yeah, it's way better than what we had as a kids. We had, my dad had it was brand new at the time, but it was mid-90s StarCraft, and it felt like sleeping on cardboard. And we were grateful, right? That old saying. And we were great. We walked up a hill 20 miles both ways to and from school in 10 feet of snow.
I think it's 20 miles uphill and 40 miles downhill going home.
Yep.
Somewhere along those lines.
That sounds about right. No, but they've upgraded to this teddy bear bunk thing, and it's great. The kids love it. It is very soft and plush, so when they toss and turn and rip the sheets off of it, they're still on a nice plush thing, which they will do. You got a nice little 12-volt refrigerator. The 12 volt's great, especially for these compact little ones. They cool like we've only had the battery hooked up for 10-15 minutes, and it's already starting to kind of freeze in there. And it offers way more space. The old propane style, most of the propane components would take up so much space. These don't. Which, when you're in a bigger unit, like a big Class A, it's not that big of a deal because they have such big refrigerators. But when you're in a small, compact thing like this, you need all the space you can get. So that is very convenient. Down there's that converter that I was telling you about. That's auto detect for the lead acid or the lithium, so easy setup. You got all of your breakers conveniently located and labeled right here, and then you got your fuse panel for your 12-volt system, which is like the furnace, the refrigerator, your lights, etc. And these typically do light up red if one of the fuses blows. It's very rare that they do, but it is very convenient that they light up red, so you know which ones to change, so you're not like trying to pull all of them out. So anyway, and you got a nice big bathroom in here. I'm standing in the shower. Can you tip it? Oh, it does tip like that.
Nice.
Yeah, well, there you go. Find something new every day. Yeah, so I'm about 5'8", so it is a little compact. The taller guys who are like 6'2" and things like that, they may have a little bit of trouble. So just being honest, just being transparent, we get that question quite a bit. But for the price and how compact it is, you know, and most of the time when you're camping, it's just to kind of hose off a little bit and to kind of freshen up. These do remove, so you can pull it up a little bit and get yourself, and you can bend down and all that stuff. You kind of, you ever see Elf?
Yes.
Some of the taller guys, they feel like that in these. So as long as you're not full timing, I think it's completely fine. But you know, it is a great little camper. It does offer a lot of space. Easy to clean shower. You got your commode right there.
Is it porcelain?
No, it's not porcelain.
No.
I know. But for the price point, you know, I think these are starting at like $17.99. I think we might even have a deal on this one. I'd have to double check. But yeah, I mean, a nice little solid camper under 20 grand. You can't ask for much more than that. So anyway, I'm Nate. Behind the camera is Mr. Carl. Joe has sloughed off somewhere. I think he got a sales call. We are Paradise RV. Like, subscribe, join us. We'll be throwing these up hopefully weekly. brain kind of fell out there for a second. We'll be uploading these weekly, and as we get more inventory, we're going to try to stay up on this channel, so we'll have tons of content for you, and tons of RV travel trailers, campers, truck campers, and everything in between. So if you're an RV fanatic like us and you want to just see what's out there, like and subscribe and follow us, and we'll try to keep you updated with all the coolest stuff. So anyway, rvparadise.com. I'm Nate. This is Carl. Thank you so much.